Hello, Team Happy and Fit. Happy Tuesday. I'm so grateful for Morgan Brill. I'm so grateful she led that Q&A on Monday. If you guys were there, the Q&A is with the Coach Collaborative, and basically super chill. You just ask questions and then you get them answered. Sometimes we talk about life and sometimes we talk about the most interesting things. If you were on there yesterday, I shared a really funny story that you cannot make up in real life. And actually it was real life, which was really hilarious and comical. And then my dear friend Erica led the best practices and interviewed a couple coaches, Callista and Holly, last week. And I'm just so grateful. I've heard such great things and it just makes my heart so happy. If you feel like, I don't know if you guys feel nervous about leading a Zoom or something like that. I think it's great practice for leading your team one day. And for me, that was always on my dream board. We did for Team Rockstar Fit, we used to have monthly Zooms. Now it's lives. I was like, I'm going to lead one of those calls one day. And what I did as an Emerald coach, Trina Gray interviewed me about 4.5 years ago. I wasn't Diamond yet, and I put it on my dream board. And then she interviewed me again, I think, when I went Elite. I'm not sure. I put that out there. Sarah Morrison, same thing of, hey, I want to lead a call. I did, there's a Team Rockstar Fit Diamond page. Oh, I'm going to sign up for this, and I'm so nervous. But honestly, it prepared me to help lead all of you, and I think it's really great preparation. So if you ever feel like there's something on your heart, a best practice, something you want to talk about, let's talk, let's chat. It can be, we can figure that out. Is there Kim is on here, Amanda is on here. Y'all, we just got back from They to the K, and it was amazing. We were in the Caribbean, and how we got there was hitting Success Club. So I'll explain what that is in a second, but Kim, what was your favorite part of vacation? It was vacation. Like you guys, I don't think it was 2 sweets with every meal, but I had a sweet treat with every meal for sure.
Oh, the best part of vacation. That's a hard one.
Running into you-know-who at the brewery.
Oh yeah, that was the best part. Yes. All her crazy stories are real, people. Anyway, I would say the best part of my vacation, I have 2 favorites. One was having my family there. This is the first time I've taken someone other than a coach with me on a trip, and it was absolutely the best to have my kids and my husband there. The second favorite thing was having my family meet my team. My 2 families came together, and that was ultimately the best part. And we got to be on a helipad. Trina rented out the helipad for our party. Who does that? Trina does. But we were on the helipad, and it was really kind of fun. And I talked to a couple of coaches that I know in the network later on, and they were like, we were wondering who was down there. That looks so cool. And I was like, yeah, that was us. Yeah, like we were down on the helipad, and you could look up at like the very front of the ship, and you could see people looking down at you like, you're cool. But anyway, it was just a lot of fun being there, and just hanging out with our friends and the people that you see every time on the screens like this, and getting my family, getting to meet them. And it was the best time. And we had a great time at the brewery meeting a porn star. And I didn't meet him, but Jules told me all about him. And
the best part about that is I told you that story before that happened. Like somewhere in our friendship over the years, I don't know why I've told you that story before. It kind of came full circle because we were at the brewery, and all of a sudden Eric's getting water, and all of a sudden he hears Eric Condia, and I was like, we're in Florida. We're in a brewery. Who knows Eric? Maybe it's someone from the cruise ship. And we all turn, and it was him. And I actually physically died. And then I looked at Kim, and then she's like, "You told me about him." And it was epic.
It was so funny, so funny, and yeah, but crazy things happen when you're together with coaches. So
I know that was amazing meeting everyone's spouses that came from Happy and Fit. I just have to tell you guys too, when when you have I hope you guys saw this post that I made. My favorite picture of the entire trip is all the guys holding the cameras. Did you guys see that? Or I said cameras. Is that like 1999? Holding all the phones. Wow. Anyway, and taking a picture of all of us. And I was just thinking the message behind that of like, maybe all those spouses weren't always on board to take those pictures. Do some of your spouses roll their eyes like, oh, not again, like whatever. For me, I used a timer for the longest time. And then now Eric's just like so on board, and those guys were on board. I saw that Josh was able to talk to Eric a lot, able to talk to Jeff Gray a lot. And when they get to do that, it becomes more real to them. And I just think about, but in order to get to that point with your spouse, is that you have to have full belief. Like, it really starts with you. I see some coaches who back down because of the influences around them, almost making excuses. And it doesn't work like that. Like, the thing that's going to override that, especially if you really love this and this is really transforming your life, it starts with you. It starts with how you show up. Many times, every time I would get on a Zoom, I would tell Eric about it afterwards. He can recognize voices when he's downstairs. He knows who's talking because he's always listening. I would listen to PD around him. I would tell him what I was learning in my PD. I would tell him when my challengers would lose 10 pounds, 5 pounds, or they were no longer body bashing like they used to. You could go in our well-fueled group, and I could go in there and be like, Eric, look, like we have a couple women here for the first time ever. They've eaten 100% clean for 2 days. Like, that's how I would invite him into what it is that I'm doing, because it becomes less of a screen time thing. One of my favorite moments was, it's vacation, you guys, like straight up. We're hanging out the whole time. We're working out together. There was a point where we were all together watching Eric play basketball. Like, it's just super cool. Some of us went to a beach when we got to the Bahamas, and we were all in a taxi together, and we got lunch together. It's just super fun. Oh no, pregnancy brain, come on. I was in the middle of a story. You guys, help. What was I saying? Not cool. Oh, one of my favorite parts, I got you, is I was talking with Adam Schaefer, Morgan's husband. This is the second time I've met him. He came to Summit. And first of all, the question I asked him was like, is this becoming more real for you? He said, yes. And then we started talking about the compensation plan. And he said, I've noticed that Morgan's paychecks are growing. By the way, since Morgan went diamond, she's made, well, first of all, to help her get to diamond, she also made Adam emerald. So for those of you who are on your way to diamond, you have that control. You're seeing Sherry do that, right? You're seeing other people do this. That's something that Morgan did. And so today I went to go look at what her team cycle is going to be personally. She helped 7 coaches get started last month. 5 went to her account, 2 went to Adam's, and Adam is growing his account. He's going to be diamond soon because of Morgan. And I went to go look and see what he's going to cycle. So not only is Morgan going to make a team cycle, now Adam's going to make a team cycle. Therefore, they have 2 residual incomes happening with Beachbody with that team cycle. So my tip to you in that is that if someone is going to sign up as coach to self or coach to others, we're going away from discount coach. We're no longer talking like that. Discount cheapens things. This is not a cheapened experience. This is a life transformation. This is a huge deal. So let's not cheapen this experience. Let's make it so real and amazing. Coach to self, coach to others. But say someone wants to just get started as a challenger. I would just take that under your account no matter what for Success Club. And then if someone wants to do coach to self or coach to others, and you've already become emerald and you're on your way to diamond, consider putting that with your spouse, if that makes sense. So it's pretty amazing when that happens, but the belief in the spouse or the family members starts with you. It took me a long time for my family to be so on board with what we're doing. I wouldn't even say so on board in the sense that they're all on board, but they're on board with what I'm doing. Like they're fist pumping me, they're proud of me, they're excited for me. They're not really doing what I'm doing, if that makes sense. And then same with Eric's family. But now they know that we love this. They see that we love it. They see what it's doing for us, and they're more supportive than they were in the beginning. But it all starts with you. Very cool. Amanda, I don't know if you were there to be able to share what your favorite part of the trip was.
So I would say definitely my favorite night was on the helipad. It was just awesome. Like Kara's husband, Brian, was like, who does this? Like we're having complimentary drinks on the front of the biggest ship sailing away from Haiti. Like it was insane. I don't know. It was just really cool to see everybody out there and also know that like sometimes I think I not underestimate myself, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of dull down what I've done and just seeing like how many people were there and knowing that I had to work to be invited to that. So that was kind of a big switch in my head for me. But I also just loved spending the whole week with Kara and Kristen. I did not get the Wi-Fi, so if I lost them, we were going to be screwed. So we basically just stayed with them the whole time, but it was a lot of fun. So it was awesome to see some of your other teammates that live far away and stuff like that. So live events are definitely the best.
Yeah, it makes it such a surreal experience. You guys, Beachbody is so detail oriented. Like on all of the elevators, it was like Team Beachbody, like anchors away. They're so specific, but this whole helipad thing that they're talking about, no other teams did. And when I heard about the helipad, right away I was like, only Trina Gray would pull this off. She's world class. She does stuff like this. If you're going to Summit, Team Rockstar Fit Day is not a thing that happens with other teams. Team Rockstar Fit Day is Trina Gray, and it's the cost of a wedding. Out of her own pocket, because she wants to invest in the future of what you guys want from this. And just seeing her do that, it also allows me to dream bigger, and it allows me to see what I can do in the future for this team. And it's just amazing. She's so incredibly detailed. She's so caring, and I've learned so much from her, and that just trickles down. If you want to sit at the table, either build your own table or sit at the table, instead of getting in your head that you don't deserve to be there. Because I can tell you this, the compensation plan doesn't have specific names on it. It's written for anybody who decides to become a coach. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't discriminate. It's entirely up to whoever wants this. And so as we go into what I want to share with you of best practices, I need you to think about that. And I think the reason we get so off track and off course is because we get so in our head that we're not deserving subconsciously. And I really want, and I think that's why it's so important to connect with the team and these calls and live events, because then you're redirected. I get in my head too. There's times where I doubt myself too, but it's because I plug into a community that's going to like completely fuel my belief. It almost gets me back on course, and it keeps me going. It keeps me dreaming. It keeps showing me what's possible, that this isn't slowing down. Health and wellness is forever. What we get to do, when I was looking at your transformations today, I was getting teary-eyed. I was so proud that so many of you decided to partner with Team Happy and Fit and partner with your coach, partner with whatever main hub you have, and just take ownership in wanting to become the healthiest and happiest version of yourself. We don't have a magic shake. However, I was telling Laura today, I was like, how amazing that our shake's not magical. Just as much as those people who are like, the wraps and all that stuff is not magic, right? There are quick fixes out there, but this shake, having 70 plus superfoods you can whip up in minutes that fuel your body, people who are making shakes are making them with 4 ingredients that don't do even nearly what Shakeology does. The processing of making Shakeology, how delicate this process is without making sure they're not losing all the nutritional value. They decided to not make deals with bigger companies that wanted to cheapen the ingredients to sell more, to make more money. That's why shakes are cheap out on the market is because there's cheap crap ingredients in there. I always say, if you want a cheap shake, go to McDonald's. But if you want a quality shake that is going to fuel your body that doesn't have crap in there, it's not expensive when you really look and see what they have to do in order to make it even $4-something for a coach. It's ridiculous. To just see your transformations, knowing that you're drinking Shakeology, knowing you have Beachbody on demand. You know, it's blowing my mind in this season of, in my workout alone, I have 48 workouts, something like that, for Hammer and Chisel. That's the program I'm doing. I'm on week 4. If you follow my Instagram stories, I'm showing every single day of how I'm doing this program. On vacation, I worked out every day, including the airport. And I was just thinking about, okay, I'm 6 months pregnant and I have options. Okay, I'm traveling, I have options. If we didn't have access to a gym at where my brother lived, it would have been okay. We would have had other options that didn't need equipment. How amazing is that? So to see, and I posted that the girl lost over 100 pounds. She's using Shakeology and she's using BOD. This works. This isn't magical stuff. It's hard work, real people. I used to think the before and afters on the infomercials were fake. There's no possible way that someone really got results like that. But what we do is not a hoax. It's not a scam. It takes work. It takes consistency. So I'm just so incredibly grateful that I get to partner with every single one of you, knowing that we get to link arms and knowing that you're making yourself a priority, because guess what? When you make yourself a priority, your relationship functions better, your job functions better, your mindset functions better. You don't tolerate people putting you down, tiny minds that are trying to speak negative things into you. You don't tolerate that anymore. You start to notice it. How many of you have noticed a shift of like, man, it seems like there are some more negative complaining people around me? Guess what? They didn't change. You did. You're the one noticing it because you decide to feed your brain with the good. You start to notice, and then you start to see, I don't want to be like that. It was driving Eric and I crazy before the cruise. Every single day, my family was listening to the news, morning and night. And I literally was about to explode. Even Eric was about to explode because of how, I was even like, Mom, why are you listening to this? It's already repeated itself 5 times. I heard the same story 5 times. 5 times. And none of them were good. And I'm like, how does this even set you up for wanting to live a healthy and happy life right now? It doesn't. It makes you just want to like crawl into a hole and then think scarcity and think that the world's the most dangerous place. And my world is health, happiness. I'm not naive to what happens out there, but I'm also not going to let it burden me from becoming the best version of myself and helping other people believe in themselves. So huge gut check. I want to welcome new coaches. If you are new, welcome to our best practices call. My name's Julianne. If we have not met, you will meet me soon because I'm kind of a ninja in that way. I really love having a pulse on this team, having a pulse on who's part of this, because Team Happy and Fit was my dream. Team Happy and Fit is my dream. Team Happy and Fit was my vision. It just started with me. So when you sign up to become coach to self or coach to others, you're at the top of your organization. And that's how this is not a pyramid scheme, right? The compensation plan all goes to Beachbody. And Beachbody has a compensation plan that they deliver money. You're not getting part of people's paycheck. So my sponsor, I get a $3,600 paycheck. She's not getting 25% of that, if that makes sense. That's not how the compensation plan works. Network-wide, whether you are a coach, an emerald, a ruby, a diamond, a star diamond, 15-star diamond, every coach in the network gets 25% commission of any challenge packs from any customers. So they all pay Beachbody. Beachbody, with their compensation plan, if you help someone, every single person. So it's not based on this kind of thing. By the way, I outranked, out-earned the people I joined. I just want you guys to know that. Sue, I think it's good to hear this, right? At the other parts of the compensation plan, a team cycle, hey, you know what? Beachbody has it laid out for every $300 of product in your organization after you've signed up. They're going to give you a team cycle once you go emerald for $14. If there's $300 of product, here is $14. It has to be balanced on the side, and I'll explain that later. But that is across the board. That starts at emerald, ruby, diamond, right? And then it changes from $14 from an emerald, $16 to a ruby, $18 to a diamond. But that's in the compensation plan. It's not based on name. It's not based on who's lucky, who got in early, all this kind of stuff. My superintendent, when I quit my teaching job almost 3.5 years ago, actually, which is so crazy, right? That I've been doing this full time now. I've been doing this for 5 years. Said, I hope she got in early. That's what he said to Eric. I hope she got in early. Boy, it doesn't play like that. Doesn't play like that. No, it doesn't. So welcome. I love that you're here. I think everybody should tap into the compensation plan. What do you think? How do you get started as a coach? I keep seeing this. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. There's so much to do. What do I do? Where do I start? Where do I begin if I want to tap into this? Julianne, it sounds amazing, because at the end of the day, I want all of you to have more choices. I will never lead you into say this is the only way to do this is to leave your full-time job. Never. That is not my philosophy in this. My philosophy in this is I think you should have more choices. I don't want you to be forced into a choice because that's your only option in life. That's the last thing I want, because of desperation, because of life. Here's the deal. Life hits. All of us are going to experience loss. All of us are going to experience obstacles. We're going to experience financial stuff. We're going to experience a whole lot of things. And what I want for you, what is so deeply rooted within my soul, is that when that happens, you have a choice. If you have a family member that is sick, you can fly across the country and not even think about it. If all of a sudden you get fired from your job, you don't have to stress about how you're going to provide for your family. I want you to have options. I want it to be where you love your job. It's so great, amazing, great, but you've built this Beachbody business that you can take your family on all expense paid vacations because of your hard work, because of what you've done with Beachbody. You get what I'm saying? Or I want you to pay down all your debt and not worry about it. You guys, that is what is at our fingertips. And if I don't talk about this enough, you're not going to know it. For me, I had to hear stuff like that to know what I could do in this and where I was going. And a lot of times we just think, oh, we're part of this really fun, like cool group. It is. But there is something so at your fingertips. When people quit, I'm like, oh, they just don't know. I think about that with the person who I signed up with. She chose to do nothing with this. And I was like, how do two people who joined at the same time, hearing the same things, go in two entirely different directions? Mindset. We heard all the same things. We went to the same summit. When I left that summit, I became a diamond coach. When she left that summit, she stopped. We heard the same things. We were in the same workshops. We did the same things. We went to the same parties. We did all that stuff. How did two people go that far in direction? I'm forever grateful for her. If it was not for her, I would not be here, and none of us would be on this team. And so I'm forever grateful for her. But how does that happen? And I feel like it's my duty as a mentor and leader of Team Happy and Fit to tell you, because if I didn't hear that, I wouldn't know. From someone coming from a limiting belief that money is hard to come by, from feeling the fear of looking stupid. How many of you have ever felt that fear? I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to be judged, right? That was me. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm not smart. Those were my limiting beliefs starting as a coach. And I had to say to myself, what do you want more? Maybe you will look stupid to people who aren't willing to grow. 18 friends on Facebook unfriended me in the week I was on a cruise for Beachbody. Was I branding Beachbody? Nope. I was branding me. I was branding our friends. I was branding this lifestyle. So they're either having some triggers with my pregnancy, because that's a real thing on the TTC journey, miscarriage journey. I've been there, I've walked that, it's really hard. Or it could have been a bunch of dudes, I don't know. It could have been women who are so intimidated by my potential, so intimidated by what I've done, so annoyed that I'm living the life that I wanted to live and that they're stuck. It could be that too. But Trina's always taught me, never assume anything. Never assume. So when people quit, cancel, defriend, unfollow, block, never assume anything. And I don't. It's a waste of energy. I just keep on going. I keep on going and I keep on going. But I have to tell you what's at your fingertips. So what do? How do you get started? How do you get back on track? I came up with this really cool rhyme. Self-care and share. Oh, I know. It's so eye-opening, isn't it? Self-care and share. Work massively on your self-care. Be honest about your journey. If you're struggling right now, talk about it. If you are jumping in, are well-fed, well-fueled, why do you need the nutrition cleanup? What are you loving about the nutrition cleanup? What inspires you about the nutrition cleanup? As far as your workout programs, for me, I love that I have workouts that fit me in my season. And so you'll follow my stories. I don't follow the algorithm-ish. I'm not here to please social media. I'm not here to look fake on social media. I'm not here to follow this perfect thing on social media. I could care less about that because social media for me is my accountability. If I show up every day on social media, it makes me want to show up the next day. And then also when I show up every day on social media, it shows how consistent AF I am, and people who follow me know I'm reliable, hands down. But I'm not, so people say post only 3 videos a workout. Well, if you get 10 that day, it's because I needed to push harder in my workout. Because I push harder in videos. True story. So I'm going to post whatever the heck I want. Why? Because I'm branding me, I'm talking about me, and I'm trying not to worry about what social media says I should be doing. I'm going to be doing me, girl, okay? And if that's not good enough for people, bless and release, because this is me, and that's why I love this. Self-care and share. So I love that I have workouts that fit in my season. I love that I have a workout program that, you guys, did you know, I learned this on the cruise, but it's like something I knew subconsciously, that in order to lift your butt, you have to work on your hamstrings. Where it's like, duh, but like, no, like, let me take you back 5 years when I would spend hours at the gym on machines just trying to work my glutes without trying to work my hamstrings. Like, let's think about that. So I have a program that walks me through a workout that tells me to work on my hamstrings that day. Then there's a glute workout, and then there's a arms workout. Like, it takes me, but it's not even just an arms workout. It's also thighs and tris and chest and shoulders, that it's so laid out for me that it's actually perfectly in place to sculpt what I need to actually sculpt. When before, I was trying to think about the parts of my body I wanted to work the most that weren't actually working what I needed to do. And I'm like, man, so I share that. I share that on social media. I'm like, I get so hot and fiery on these calls, is that do people really know what bod is? I thought Beachbody was you got fit on a beach. So I didn't really know. So maybe when I say Netflix to fitness, they're not really quite sure what that means. So what I do is I take people through every day, wash, rinse, repeat. My sister-in-law said, Julianne, your content is so predictable. And she said, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, you are so consistent with your journey. And so what I do is I log into BOD, I show them what my program is, and I show them what workouts I'm looking at. Then at the end, I show them that I'm following a calendar. I'm not winging it. You guys, when people go to classes, not downing the gym. Like, the gym is awesome. I love going to the gym now because I can bring BOD with me, and I don't feel insecure at the gym. I used to be the person that hid in the corner. Now bring it on. Like, wear the weights. I'm going to be that girl in there, right? But in a gym, you pick a workout class you like, and that's once a week, maybe twice a week. My Hammer and Chisel program has over 30 something workouts that I get to do. When you think of 80-day obsession, 80 different workouts, workout classes, virtual classes, where people, even who go to the gym, are guessing or only working certain parts of their body, or going to one class a week that they like, and they probably only go to that class. So 4 times a month, going to the exact same class. No wonder I didn't stick with this. What the heck? What I have access to is so amazing. That's how I talk to my stories. I saw you all nodding. You're like, yeah, that's so true. That's so true. You guys, people don't get it. So when you're sharing like workout done, sweet. Did you go to workout class? You worked out at home? Cool. You're doing the same workout over and over again. When you can really go beneath the surface of what you're doing, it ahas people. So when I'm logging through BOD, look at all my workouts I get to choose from. All you need is Wi-Fi and a device. Wi-Fi and a device. And then I'm not guessing. I'm being told. They're like, since doing that, I've been doing that every day for 4 weeks now, besides the week we were on the cruise, is that people have been messaging me, what program are you doing? I want to do that. Tell me more about that. That's so awesome. I think I want to do those at-home workouts. And you want to know something? When I thrive, it's when I'm following a plan and not winging it. I used to, in the beginning of my business, only do the workouts I liked. True story. It's amazing I'm here, really. With Insanity Max 30, I only liked 3 of them. Sweat? Heck no. That is so hard. Cardio? Are you kidding me? But man, like if we can just get on those Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Wednesdays and Friday fight, yeah, let's go. Like I would just wash, rinse, repeat those workouts. No wonder I didn't have the craziest transformation after 35-pound weight loss. I had like no muscle. And then once I actually did the program start to finish, it's crazy what happened. Same thing with hammer and chisel. That when I follow a plan, I'm more confident in my business. So rock your self-care instead of winging it. But here's the deal. Are all my workouts, I'm crushing it and it's amazing? No. So be honest about that. Be like, man, that was not good. And share that. Share how you've had a sweet treat for every meal. Share that. That makes you freaking relatable, but at least you have a plan to fall back on. At least you know where you're going. At least you know how to course correct, because people outside of this don't, right? So self-care and share your voice. Many times I get people who say, can I steal your post? Can I steal your post? I'm like, you can do whatever the heck you want. It's a free world. I'm not going to be all up in a bundle about it of like, go ahead and do you, boo. I'm not going to be that person. But what I do know is when it's not your actual story and your voice, even if you can identify with the person's voice, it's not your actual voice. It impacts. It really does. So what you have to get really good at is sharing your voice. How do you talk? I talk in snippets. I talk in lists. Anytime someone rank advanced, you're gonna see emerald, emerald, emerald. Like I'm gonna repeat those words. Love, love, love. Like that's just how I actually am. Like that's how I am, like on a consistent basis in real life, in my posts, things like that. When I'm messaging people, I do always an XOXO at the bottom, and that's just me. I always do, hey sister, hey sister. That's just, but I say that when I call a friend. What's up, sister? How's it going, girl? Like that's how I talk. So I feel like because I've mastered my voice, that's helped me so much. So I rock my self-care and then I share it. But I share me. I do not brand Beachbody. And I know some of you, this is repetitive, but it's something that we all need to remind ourselves of. Because one, maybe you feel like your social media is weird and out of whack right now. Let's get it back. Let's get it back, because follow a plan, rock that. Honestly, think about like what power of 3, like why are you loving BOD? What did you not know about BOD? I thought BOD was the stupidest idea. I'll stick with my DVDs. I always share that story and I'm like, how ridiculous am I that I thought that? Like BOD is the greatest thing to ever happen. Like we are the #1 gym in the world, you guys. It's virtual, which is so kick ace, right? It's virtual, but it's the #1, just like Lyft, right? Airbnb for hotels and cars, taxis, right? That's pretty phenomenal. But what are people not getting? Bring them to the surface, or beneath the surface. So when I say superfood shake or prenatal, I'll say that. But then in other posts, I don't do this every day. I'll share an ingredient highlight of like, sweet. Yeah, I say there's probiotics and in here, but in adaptogens. But do you know what adaptogens are? They help reduce stress. And then I'll share that. And then I'm like, what's in your shake? It's loaded with crap. You only have 5 ingredients. Mine has 70. That's pretty wild. For those of you, I saw some questions while I was gone, and this is just like wash, rinse, repeat of how do I get a customer started? First of all, yes. Love that question. Love that you're in there wanting to help people. I think that's the greatest thing we can do in this journey is not keep it to ourselves. To be honest, like that is how I feel about it. I want you to know being a part of this is not winging it. It's not like, hey, good luck. See ya. However, it's not your coach's responsibility to make sure you're successful in this. That's your responsibility. And so for those of you coaches and leaders and mentors on here who have coaches, bless and release that, please. Stop taking that burden that it is your responsibility alone to make sure someone's successful. That's not true. Kim Meyer hit SC12 and helped 5 coaches get started last month, and she needed nothing from me. We meet every week, but she needed nothing from me. Carrie, you went Emerald again. You didn't need me. You just got it done, didn't you? Right? Abso-freaking-lutely. Holly hit Diamond. She has an awesome collaboration and awesome support system, but she got it done herself. No one forced her to do that. She decided to do that. Same thing with Sherry. Sherry decided she wanted this. Maddie, I saw that you helped a coach get started. Laura, you helped a coach get started. You didn't ask me. You just got it done. So for those coaches on here, please stop waiting for your coach to tell you what to do. Here's the deal. We have a coach mentorship. And under the second one of business, if you scroll down to Coach Online Office, this is a lesson by our one and only Kim Meyer. She walks you through how to get customers started, how to do share a cart, how to help a coach get started, what a challenge pack is, what the volume is, all this stuff. Why and how do I know this? I watched it. Then I went to go double check and make sure that I was right on that when I saw those questions in Happy and Fit. We're not here to wing it. We're not here to say, see ya, good luck, you know, whatever. No. We have systems in place, but we're not going to hold your hand. And the reason we're not going to hold your hand is because you're going to be 10 times more successful when you have self-motivation to get it done. So what I suggest you do, instead of being overwhelmed, using those kinds of words, I'm struggling, when we start using those types of words, that becomes our life. So instead of that, we're going to take ownership. We're going to take action. We're going to request to join coach mentorship. When I first did that, when I first joined 5 years ago, it was not coach mentorship, but it's similar lessons because nothing really changes in this. I want you guys to all know this. For 5 years, it's been wash, rinse, repeat. Everything we teach you in there is I would go to Eric's basketball games he was coaching, and I'd have my headphones in, and I would do a lesson. And I would take notes, and I went through every single lesson like I was going to college. What has that done for me? I retired myself at the age of, how old was I? 28 or something like that. And I've been doing this full time now for 3 years, 3.5 years. My husband is doing this full time now. We've built an incredible business, and we all on this call start the same. There's no special treatment. There's no special status. There's no magic formula. The only formula is just do it. I took it so seriously. I was like, wait, what you're saying is I get a training that is for free. That's like getting a college education that could build me a $1 million business. I'm in. I've lost 35 pounds. I'm in. I'm going to take this so seriously. The only thing is no one's over you telling you to do it. Because when we go to our job, we're not saying, you know, I just don't think this is for me. No, you got to get your ish done or you're getting fired. The thing about entrepreneurship, you've got to decide. So it's no one's responsibility. If I would have said that and believed that and played into that, I would not be here because my sponsor is not here, my original sponsor. It wasn't on her. It was on me. There was a lot of lack of support. I think we have more support with what we do. I think your coach is going to massively support you for sure and cheer you on, help you with what you need, but it's not their responsibility. And mentors, leaders on here, can you please hear me when I say that? The best thing you can do to lead is to lead by example. Show what you're doing, be transparent with what you're doing. Where are you hanging out? That's kind of the lingo I've been doing, like with Team Happy and Fit. Hey guys, I'm hanging out in this well-fed, well-fueled group for accountability. Like that's what challenge group I'm in. You can join it. I'm not going to force you to. I'm not going to tag and drag, but this is where I'm hanging out. I would love for you to come hang out with me. I hang out on team calls because I have a vision with this. I would love to see you there, but this is where I'm going to be. That's how you lead, okay? We have a business builder page called the 2019 Coach Collab. And if you are wanting to do more in this, especially if you're newer and you're hearing this, we're not going to add you to that page. You have to add yourself because we're not doing the tagging and dragging and helping thing. And we're also not flies on the wall in there. We share our best practices. We share what's working. And the biggest thing is we have goals in there for income. And so our biggest income driver is going Emerald and Emerald again. We say Emerald, but really it's helping 2 PS coaches get started. Here's the deal. My life transformed when I became a coach. I think I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out when I first started. More coach to self. And then I started to see the potential. And then I started to believe in myself more because of personal development. If I would not have joined this as a coach, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. It is hands down the greatest choice, besides marrying Eric, getting Wyatt, right? That I've made. It's amazing. And so can we not feel bad about that? There's nothing wrong with wanting to help people join this team, because when they do, it's the ultimate accountability. It's where people get the most results. It's where the most support stays consistent. Challenge groups start and stop. Our team doesn't. You will never see me disappear from this. I'm in the trenches. I have vision in this. I'm more ready to lead than ever and grow as a leader. I'm constantly developing that, working on that. I want to be the best for you. And I take it so seriously. I want whatever it is that you want, I want it for you, and I'm going to push you even more. I'm going to push you so hard to dream even bigger, to think of, like, if you're at your arrival, oh no, girl, like there's more for you. And I'm going to believe that for you. So our Coach Collab, our goal in there, and our goal for this month, and I want you to write this down, is I'm going to become an Emerald coach. I'm going to become an Emerald coach. And maybe you're halfway to Emerald. An Emerald coach is helping 2 PS coaches get started. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to have a plan. And for most of you, if you've done the Ultimate Portion Fix, how many of you are doing the Ultimate Portion Fix? You're in a group for it. Sweet. We have a team-wide group. Get in on it. Here's the deal. We have a sneak peek for it. And in that sneak peek is a video. All you have to do, the less wording you do with people, the better. The more listening you do with people, the better. So when you're sharing your story of self-care, your story of nutrition, how did you guys, I used to live off of Starbucks, Panera, and Jimmy John's as a teacher. True story. Like, that is how I lived in the lean cuisines. The only healthy food in my cart were things I thought were healthy that weren't healthy, and bananas, because those didn't go bad fast, and then grapes, which I never would eat because I hated picking them off the vine. And I would hope that, and it's just amazing that, you know, my frozen pizzas didn't do the trick of helping me get in the best shape of my life. Only if, right? Only if pizza could do that. It doesn't. So those are the stories I share. What my life used to look like with nutrition, I didn't know. I didn't know how to eat clean. I ate cereal for every meal. There's proof on social media, you know, like the memories, like on this day. Yeah, there's proof of that, of like eating Lucky Charms in my bed at night. I would get what's the Special K, Chocolatey Delight, because I was so convinced it was healthy and I got to get the chocolates in it. Heck yeah, I would eat that raw. Like, I would not even, I mean, it's always raw, but I wouldn't even put it with milk. I'd be like, let's just eat this as my snack. I seriously thought that was healthy. And so this whole journey has completely blown me away. First of all, I sleep amazing. My skin cleared up. I have more energy. It's crazy what that food did for me when I actually started to learn what it could do for me. And so those are the stories that I share. I saw a lot of you nodding and relating and laughing. I'm seeing some of you are my Special K friends. Yes, those are the stories you share. And you talk about how your eyes have been opened, how this is a simplified meal plan, how it has structure with what you needed, that you have more energy, you sleep better, that you're feeling better, you've lost weight, whatever it is, that's your story and you own it. That's enough, right? And then you're talking to people about it. I would love for you to do this with me. I'm so excited. Like, those are the things you put in your posts, right? Like, hey, if you need a nutrition cleanup, message me. Like, we're going to do this together. Then when they message you, you're just going to be chill about it, guys. You're going to be chill about it. So when they message you, they're going to be like, hey, can I have more information? Be like, yes, I'm so excited you messaged me. That's still chill. California chill means a different chill than the Midwest. Okay, chill, like, it's not like super mellow chill. It's just like, it's cool. It's cool. You can still be excited and cool at the same time. I'm so excited that you messaged me. I really need this. I need accountability, right? You share that. And then you go, hey, where do you feel like you're stumbling with your nutrition right now? Do you feel like you're stumbling as far as sweets? That's my weakness. Are you not sure how to eat clean? Like, tell me a little bit more about that. They tell you, be like, girl, you've got to get in my sneak peek. We have an amazing sneak peek that's going to tell you more information that you need to know to get started. And then what you're going to do is you're not going to add them to the group. You're going to go to the group, copy the link, and you're going to send them the link so they request to join. And you're not going to tag them under any videos until they're joining. Sometimes we're tagging people before you even like wait for them to get in, right? And then, or you're going to send them the video. And the video is going to break down how they can get started. Did you guys know we're not going to talk about discount? We're going to talk about savings. That if you join Coach to Self, Coach to Others, you also get a 25% savings. And you get to join the Ultimate Accountability. You get to join my tribe. You get to join to how I've stuck this out, why I decided to do this, why I'm still here, why I love this so much. Or you can join just the group. Lame. So that's how you're going to go Emerald. Does that make sense? That's your plan. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to go Emerald. I'm going to go Emerald. I'm going to help 2 coaches get started this month. At least, okay? And I'm going to help them get started with a challenge pack. I'm going to help them get started the way that I got started. Funny thing, when I first started as a coach, I didn't get started with the challenge pack. I got Shakeology separate than the 21-day fix and paid the $39.95. Didn't get it waived, paid way more than all of you, and got an additional home direct of Shakeology because I didn't know I was on home direct. So there we go, and I'm still here. You can't get your undies in a wad. You got to just keep moving, right? That's how you're going to do this. Who is going to go Emerald this month? You've got to make a decision. Good. I love seeing these hands. And when you do that, when you go Emerald, it ignites your business and it's going to continue to ignite your business. There are coaches on here that have done it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that is where the compensation plan gets banked. So as you're doing this, there's some things that I need you to understand. I'm going to share my screen and hope it's still here. I know we have 2 minutes left and I'm going to keep doing this. When you log in to your back office, and how you do that is you go to teambeachbody.com and you're going to log in. You're going to sign in right here. And then you are going to hit the coach button. I'm not logged in yet. But when you hit this coach button, it's going to say Coach Online Office, and you're going to click that. And you're going to come to here. So when you are in your Coach Online Office, there's something I want you to keep tabs on every day. As a business owner, every day, you're going to make notes of it. You're going to get it in your mind. You may not understand it, but you will. When you're in your Coach Online Office, you're going to pay attention to a couple of things. You're going to go to your volume. I have 3 CBCs with my husband and I together. So this is just one of them. And I want you to pay attention to what your carryover is, if it says anything. And you may not understand it yet, but you're going to send me a message to want to understand it. And I'm going to help you understand it. You're going to look at your volume, your left volume and your right volume. There's 205,000 volume on my right, and then there's 5,700 on my left. If I were to do that math in this CBC alone, and this is just for Team Cycle, not including my commissions, matching, other parts of my check, right now I am estimated to get in just a Team Cycle over $1,000 in my paycheck for the week. So it'll probably be more around 1,500 in this CBC. But when I first started, and Turner was in my back office yesterday, she saw me making $0. She saw me making $14. She saw me, because your team cycle is going to start at 14. She saw that I was making $28. And then she saw when it went to $250. Then she saw when it went to $900, then back down to $300. She saw all of that. But where it starts is Emerald, but you have to start paying attention to this, because some of you are accumulating volume and you don't even know it. So if I were to go to my sponsorship drill down, and this is if you have any PS coaches. Actually, I'm not going to do that right now. We'll save that for a different day just because of time. But I want you to start paying attention. You might have zeros and zeros. That was me for a long time. But when you start adding to your downline and people start adding to your organization, Eric has 8 PS coaches and 700 plus people in his downline. He has helped 7 PS coaches. He has 700 people in his downline. That's what's going to happen when you decide to go Emerald. You decide to do all this. It's going to start compounding, right? So when you start doing that, you're going to see zeros, and then you might see a 90, and that's probably a Shakeology order, and a 0. Then you're going to see 180 and a 90. This is what we need to start paying attention to, because when you start keep going Emerald and Emerald, that's going to start growing, and that is where I want you to start making money. It's not bad. Some women have complexes with making money. I'm not one of them. Let's not be one of them. It is okay. Permission granted. Your doctors, you don't question them. Your teachers, you don't question them. Your lawyers, you do not question them. The gym that you go sign up to, you don't go questioning them. When you go to Target, you don't question them. Can we stop questioning ourselves? Because what you do transforms lives. What you do helps people. What you do gives them confidence and a future of choices. For me, I don't feel bad that I make money from this, knowing that I am mentoring other people who are making money in this, and they have more options in their life. Being on a Success Club trip with 8 other of our teammates plus their spouses didn't make me feel guilty for saying yes to this. Knowing they could treat their spouse to that was everything to me. Knowing that Kim Meyer could bring her kids on that trip and they did a family vacation is everything to me. And I don't feel bad about it, because we are giving people more options in life and getting them to be the healthiest and happiest in their life, which is so amazing. I'm going to hit end.